Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is A.J. and I'm coming to you with another video. This is Transparent Tuesday, and I am outside actually walking toward part of the answer to the question that was given to me for this week's segment. So, let's go. For those of you who don't know, I live in New York City. If you haven't already figured that out yet, one of the greatest cities in the world. Not just me saying that. That's a fact. Fight me on it. Yes, it's one of the greatest cities in the world. So I'm walking down to a center right now. It's going to take a little minute to get there, so I'm just taking you all with me on the journey. But the question for this week that was posed to me for this week was, what city do I live in? And are there any resources or any type of in-person centers for LGBT people? So I live in New York City, and I'm about to take you to one of the places where I go. That's an LGBTQ center in New York City. So we're almost there, so let's get to it. Beautiful day out here. My season is coming up. I love the summertime, so I'm going to be impossible when it gets hotter. Right now it's about 70 degrees outside, so that's pretty decent, but when it gets hotter, you won't be able to tell me nothing. We have like another block to go. If anybody knows about New York City blocks, these blocks are like the longest blocks. I'm used to it, but if you're not used to them and you're trying to walk a city block, one New York City block is about 5 regular blocks put together. I kid you not. So we have one more city block to walk, and then we'll be at our destination. Alright, we're almost there. Just gotta cross the street and go down a little ways, but we're almost to our destination. For the person who asked this question, thank you for asking the question. Thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for hitting me up for the question. I'm not sure if you're in a smaller town and probably don't have any resources for the LGBT community, but I'm happy to share information about where I am and the resources that we have here. So right now I am going to what is known as the Center in New York City. The Center is an LGBTQ friendly place where the LGBTQ community comes. We have meetings for different groups. There are groups for older people, there are groups for teens, there's groups for trans masculine people, there's groups for trans feminine people, there's groups for every person in the LGBT community, and it's located here. So I am standing in front of the LGBTQ Center in Lower Manhattan. This is the place where I come once a month to meet with my group. My group actually meets once a week online. We have an online forum, and then the last week of the month we meet here as a group, and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, whatever is on our mind. If we want to say something, we can. If we don't, we don't. So this is one of my resources. This is the actual physical resource that I have that I actually come to. I am a part of some LGBTQ groups online through social media, but this is my in-person group. So yeah, so we have the center. This is one of a few places in New York City where LGBTQ community can come. So um, I think in that aspect, because this is a large city, we do have a little more resources than that of maybe a smaller town or a smaller city. So if you're in a smaller city and you're looking for resources like this, just look for you can look online, you can check with your mental health worker or your social worker, or reach out to people online through social media, through some LGBT groups, to see if anyone's in your city, and then if they are, to find out, do they have a particular place where they go to meet up with other LGBTQ people. That's the best way to do it. Networking is always the best way to find out information about the things you may want to do or where you want to go. And I actually found out about this place from my social worker because I was, I had just started transitioning and I was looking for other people who were like me, and she recommended that I come here to a specific group for trans masculine people, and that was over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. So I've been a part of that group, and it's a great group. During the summer we do outings, and throughout the year there are certain outings that we do, just random, nothing big or spectacular, just meeting up and hanging out with each other. So, and I think that's really important because you need your community, and I understand those people who don't have that type of community and are looking for it. I hope you find it soon, because community is important, and having people who are like you, surrounding you at all times, uplifting you, supporting you, being there for you through thick and thin, that is of utmost importance. And I'm blessed to be able to say that I have that, not just with this group, with my family and friends as well, but this group is very helpful. A lot of great information comes through this group, from other people in the group. Whatever I can give, I give to them as far as information, and then I get great information back. So yeah. So this is the center, the LGBTQ center in Lower Manhattan, and I'm really grateful to be a part of it. And like I said, just reach out to your social worker, mental health worker, or whomever you may see or speak to on a regular basis to find out other resources in your city, in your town, if you don't know offhand. It is your best bet, and sometimes it can be a lifesaver. Or you can just look on social media. They do have support groups on social media. I'm a part of a few social media groups for LGBTQ people, for transmasculine people, and they're really great. We don't, because we're scattered everywhere, we don't necessarily meet in one particular place like the center, like this, but it is nice to be a part of other groups and to find out other things from other people who are like-minded, who are like you. So yeah, so that's my answer. I live in New York City, and I go to LGBTQ Center in Lower Manhattan. Like I said, this is just one of the many resources that we have here for the LGBTQ community. So that is my video. I'm glad you all were able to come along with me on this journey. If you have any other questions, just hit me up and I'll do a video on it. If you have any questions about transitioning or my transition journey in general, let me know. I'll do a video on it, but I want you to do me a favor. I want you to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for me, and I would be ever so grateful. It will help me out tremendously. So I am going to go back the opposite direction now. I will see you all later, and I hope you all look good. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be good, and if you can't be good at it. A.J. out.